Thanks, Melanie. And the cold weather is prompting some closings and late starts for schools around the area. Stapleton is closed due to buildings' heat difficulties. Broken Bow, Mullen, Sandhills, and Bedford. They will all open at 10. Southwest also scheduled to open at 10 as well. So frigid weather certainly having an impact on schools. A continued nationwide staffing shortage in the airline industry caused by the COVID-19 pandemic will bring a slight scheduling change to North Platte Airport. Airport manager Sam Seafelt says they will be going from 12 flights a week to 10 flights a week starting March 1st. SkyWest Airlines will still offer its midday turn flights on Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays, but that it's dropping its Wednesday and Thursday midday flights. The Utah-based airline carrier notified Seafelt of the cutback earlier this month. The change in schedule is only for the month of March. April's schedule is expected to be finalized by March 7th. And the Nebraska State Patrol is getting involved with the accusations surrounding our former District 42 Senator Mike Groene. After resigning last week, calls for a more formal investigation are being made. The NSP is saying an investigation is open now in the harassment matter brought before them. The NSP is working alongside the Attorney General. Now, this situation involves Christina Kaneko, a longtime aide to Senator Groene. Kaneko says she found photos of herself on Senator Groene's computer, including close-ups of provocative body parts that she found offensive. Governor Ricketts is appointing a replacement for Senator Groene, but has not specified a timeline. A spokeswoman for his office said he recognizes the importance of having someone in that office quickly. And in a conversation with Groene today, he tells News 2 the following, quote, "It is over. It was private correspondence with myself and nothing was ever shared. These were pictures taken in the office without my staff's permission. I regret my indiscretion. Those continuing to push this are doing it for wider political purposes. I am completely disengaged in politics. My past obsession with politics has harmed my family. The political arena is an evil place," end quote. And on Nebraska roadways during the month of January 2022, 26 people were killed in traffic crashes on Nebraska roadways, according to data collected by the Nebraska Department of Transportation. The deaths happening in 23 fatal crashes. 8 of the 21 people were killed were not using seatbelts, 7 had seatbelt use, and 6 are marked as unknown. 19 deaths occurring in rural locations, 4 on the interstate, 13 on other highways, and 9 on local roads. 2 were motorcyclists, 3 were pedestrians. In comparison to 2021, there were 2 more fatalities this year and a higher known use of seatbelt use. Local and state politicians have long touted the low unemployment numbers of the state, but are they a good thing? As of December of 2021, state unemployment rate sat at 1.7%. That number puts Nebraska as the #1 state in unemployment rates in the country, according to the Bureau of Labor Statistics. But Nebraska Senator Deb Fischer says maybe that's not such a good thing. The senator toured Grand Island earlier today and had this to say about those numbers.
I've always thought that if you have a really low unemployment rate, obviously it's hard for businesses to find employees, it's hard for businesses to be able to expand, and it's especially hard to attract businesses to the state of Nebraska if they know that it's going to be hard to get workers.
Senator also taking time to visit with city leaders during her visit. President Biden addressing the crisis in Ukraine today and calling Russia's troop deployments into eastern parts of the country the beginning of an invasion. That move triggering harsh economic sanctions against Russia, the president promising there will be more to come if Russia keeps stepping up its aggression. NBC's Alice Barr reports from Washington.
President Biden addressing the nation today as his administration ramps up the rhetoric, now calling Russia's troop movements into eastern Ukraine an invasion.
This is a flagrant violation of international law, and it demands a firm response from the international community.
The president detailing harsh new sanctions on 2 large Russian banks and on Russian elites, as well as cutting off Russia's government from Western financing. The White House is still holding back its most punishing steps as leverage to prevent a broader attack.
As Russia contemplates its next move, we have our next move prepared as well. Russia will pay an even steeper price if it continues its aggression.
But some lawmakers argue it's past time to act with full force.
I will not be part of an appeasement movement that will lead to further conflict.
Today, Russia's parliament granting President Vladimir Putin full power to use military force outside of Russia. That, as Putin indicated, his order deploying what he calls peacekeeping troops could extend into eastern Ukraine, beyond the two enclaves that Russia already controls and has now recognized as independent. NATO allied nations have more than 100 jets on high alert, and President Biden announced more U.S. troops will move into the NATO countries of Estonia, Latvia, and Lithuania.
These are totally defensive moves on our part. We have no intention of fighting Russia.
Top U.S. allies enacting their own sanctions, the U.K. targeting Russian banks and oligarchs, as Germany hit the brakes on a key natural gas pipeline from Russia.
Now, one impact of the Ukraine crisis is already being felt by Americans, even higher gas prices and home heating bills. NBC's Tom Costello has been talking to experts about where prices could be headed.
If you pump gas or pay a heating bill, you're already on the economic front lines of the showdown in Ukraine. Home heating oil up 56% in a year. Gasoline now averaging $3.51 nationally, up from $2.63 a year ago.
It's already expensive, and now it's just like outrageous.
I would spend maybe about $100 or so per week, but now I'm going up to about $200 per week.
While the strong economy and inflation sent prices soaring last year, it's the showdown in Ukraine that's helping to drive